What if I told you that Adolf Hitler didn't die in his bunker in Berlin in 1945? What if he survived World War II, secretly escaping to Argentina, living out his days hidden from the world? Hitler surviving World War II is one of the most popular conspiracy theories about World War II. Or maybe it isn't a conspiracy theory. Let's find out in this video. I'm Toby, a German guy living here in Miami, sharing my personal perspective, history and culture here on this channel. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button. Officially, Adolf Hitler took his life on April 30, 1945 as the Soviet troops closed into Berlin. But there's many theories and many evidence that he actually escaped. Shortly after World War II, this theory started to circle around, and here we see a report of the FBI that people saw him in Argentina on the foothill of the southern Andes. And also in 1945, the Soviets falsely claimed that Hitler was not found and that he's most likely still alive. When Joseph Stalin was asked at the Potsdam conference what happened to Hitler, he said that Hitler most likely lives in Spain or is hiding in Argentina. In 1945, 68% of Americans believed that Hitler is still alive. And the reality is, after World War II, many German Nazis fled to Argentina. Argentina's president at the time, Juan Perón, actively welcomed former Nazis into the country, believing their technical skills and knowledge would help boost Argentina's economy. Among the most infamous refugees was Adolf Eichmann, one of the chief architects of the Holocaust. He lived in Buenos Aires until 1960, when the Israeli Mossad captured him and brought him back to Israel. Another prominent Nazi figure that moved to Argentina was Josef Mengele. He was the doctor who made these horrific experiments on human beings. And there were several others. All these cases made many people believe that maybe Adolf Hitler also moved to Argentina and was hiding somewhere quietly. This belief was further amplified by media outlets, especially the popular American magazine National Police Gazette, which claimed until 1972 that Hitler was still alive and hiding in Argentina. They claimed that he was actually in prime physical health at the end of World War II and that the blood that was found in the bunker was not his blood type. And over the years there have been many reports and alleged sights of Hitler, like in these photos. One even shows a 128-year-old man that turned out to be fake, but some believed it was really him. And it wasn't just photos. Some people even claimed they saw him in person, like this guy right here.
And these Germans were Nazis?
Alemanes Nazis, sí, Nazis.
Yes, and one of these guys was Adolf Hitler. He was right there. He wasn't wearing muscles or anything.
No, Hitler.
Or this woman here.
Catalina Gamero was one of the workers in the Hotel Eden. She told us that she served for 3 days a very special guest, Adolf Hitler. This was during 1947.
Estuvo Hitler ahí, sí. Tuvo 3 días. Eso yo sí.
With all these reports and eyewitnesses and photos, it really makes you think, could have Hitler really escaped to Argentina? Let me know in the comments what you think, because now we take a closer look at the evidence that says he didn't. Multiple eyewitnesses confirmed that Hitler and Eva Braun committed suicide on April 30, 1945. And he instructed that his body should get burned directly after that. People don't really have reasons to lie about that. And their reports are quite accurate. And there's another point to consider. By 1945, Hitler was seriously ill. According to his medical reports and reports from his personal doctor, he had Parkinson-like symptoms, he had heart problems, and he was heavily on drugs. He took amphetamines, opioids, and other mixes of drugs. It is questionable if he would have been able to make even the trip to Argentina in his condition. And now the strongest piece of evidence. Even though the Soviets publicly fueled rumors that Hitler might have escaped, behind the scenes their investigators actually recovered part of his skull and jawbone near the bunker. They compared the dental remains with records from his personal dentist, and the match was exact. Fast forward to the year 2017. French scientists got access to the same materials. They repeated the test that the Soviets did back then, and they confirmed the remains are actually from Hitler and he is actually dead. He never made it out of Berlin. Now, of course, conspiracy theories always feel exciting. They grab headlines, they get clicks, and they're fascinating to think about. But at some point we have to face the facts. And the facts tell us, despite all the rumors, stories and alleged sightings, Adolf Hitler's story ended in Berlin on April 30, 1945. So what do you think now? Were you convinced by the evidence, or do you still think there's something else to this story? Drop your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more history deep dives just like this.